Welcome back to the Gist English Masterclass. Today, we're taking a look at something that honestly gives a lot of people a real headache: the English language itself. I mean, sometimes the rules just don't make any sense, right? Or you've got words that sound exactly the same but mean totally different things. It can be super confusing. But hey, don't worry. By the end of this explainer, you're going to feel so much more comfortable with your writing.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our quick plan for today. First up, tricky English words. Then, better sentence rules. And finally, keep writing simple.
Lesson 1. Tricky English words. Let's look at words that look or sound the same. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how simple it actually is to choose the correct word once you know a little secret. Let's start with affect and effect. Affect, spelled with an A, well, that's an action. It basically means to influence something, like the cold weather will affect my health. But effects, spelled with an E, that's a noun. It is the end result, as in, the cold weather had a bad effect on my health. The easiest trick, just remember, action uses A, end result uses E. Simple, right? Let's see how this builds with another really confusing pair: except and accept. Except means apart from. Just think of the X in except like exclude. You know, I eat all vegetables except carrots. On the flip side, accept means to receive or agree. A really good trick here is to remember the A is for agree, like I accept your apology. Okay, here's another pair that trips people up all the time: empathy and sympathy. Empathy is a psychological attachment where you imagine another person's experience. Simply put, you're putting yourself in their shoes. If your friend is sad and you feel that exact same sadness in your own heart, you are showing empathy. Now, sympathy is slightly different. It means you feel compassion for someone, but you aren't feeling their exact pain. You might comfort a friend or, send a card to say you're sorry for their loss. So basically, empathy is feeling it with them, while sympathy is just feeling sorry for them. We've covered some pretty great rules so far. But before we move on to the next section, I want to ask you a quick question to see how we're doing. Are you understanding the lesson? If you are following the explanation, then hit the like button. This just really helps me know that we're moving at the right speed and that these simple rules are actually making sense to you. Moving right along, Lesson 2, Better Sentence Rules, making your sentences strong. So, listen to the sentence. My first visit to Boston will always be remembered by me. It just feels kind of weak, right? That's what we call the passive voice. But now listen to this one. I shall always remember my first visit to Boston. Dune. This active voice is so much more direct and strong. Always try to write active sentences by telling us exactly who is doing the action first. So the crucial point here is to just be direct. Instead of writing something wishy-washy like, he did not think that studying Latin was much use. Be bold. Just say, he thought the study of Latin useless. Always put your statements in a positive form so you sound confident. Just tell your reader exactly what happened using strong, clear words. And here's another great way to apply that rule. Let's look at he was not very often on time. By simply removing the word not, we can just write he usually came late. See? This paints a clear picture in your mind immediately. The reader doesn't have to stop and think backwards. Keep it positive and keep it fast. And that brings us to Lesson 3, Keep Writing Simple, cutting out extra words. And this brilliantly illustrates what we're talking about. Omit needless words. This golden rule comes from William Strunk Jr., a super famous teacher of English style. To omit simply means to remove. Extra words act like a heavy weight that just drags your sentences down. So let's look at how to easily drop those weights. A lot of times, people use these long phrases in emails because they want to sound smart, right? Like writing, the question as to whether. Guys, that is 5 whole words. But you can cut 4 of those words and just say whether. Trust me, your reader is going to thank you for getting straight to the point. Okay, here is a mistake I see literally everywhere. People write, in spite of the fact that. 6 really heavy words. Just use one word instead. Although. You honestly don't sound any smarter by using more words. You sound smarter by using the single best word for the job. Finally, here's a handy list of kind of vague words that you should probably just stop using today. Fact, factor, feature, character, and nature. Usually, these words add absolutely nothing to a sentence. Instead of saying acts of a hostile character, just say hostile acts. It's that simple. If a word is empty, just cut it out.
So, to sum it all up, using simple English actually makes you a great writer. Keep your sentences active, be positive, and always omit needless words. Because great writing isn't about how many fancy words you know. It's really about how few you need to make your point. So I'm curious, what word from today's lesson do you struggle with the most? Keep practicing and see you in the next class.